Hey guys, Mr. Bowman here. Just a short video on showing you how to use your graphics calculator to calculate the Z value when calculating the mean or standard deviation in an inverse normal distribution question. So our first example, we've done the basics. We've drawn our curve. We've identified the x value. We've identified the area that we're interested in. We've identified the standard deviation. And the question here, we've been asked to calculate the mean. Part of the process in calculating this question is converting it to a standard form where the mean is equal to the 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. And this allows us to calculate the Z value that relates to this 22. So we've done that over here. We can see the area is still 15%. We've now got an unknown Z. The mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. And that means we can calculate the Z value, and we can put that into our Z formula to algebraically solve for our unknown mean. So let's get into this question. First step, we've got to turn on our calculators. And as always, we're in stats mode, which is number 2. So I'm in a previous question, so I'm just exiting to go to the back. Once you're in stats mode, you need to make sure you're at distributions, which is F5. And we are doing normal distributions, which is F1, and we are doing an inverse question because we're trying to calculate the x value. So we're going to put inverse normal mode. The calculator is then going to ask you about the tail. Are you dealing with the left, right, or center of your data? We're dealing with our left tail, so we're going to put in left, and that is F1. We've then been asked to put in the area that we're interested in. We're interested in 0.15. We've now been asked about the standard deviation. In a standard curve, that is 1. And our mean we've changed to 0 as part of that standardizing process. And we push execute once, and then we push execute again. And what that tells us is our Z value is negative 1.0364. And if you think about the graph, here's our 0 value. We're below 0, so we're expecting a negative number. So that answer makes sense. So that would be the Z value that you'll need, which is the equivalent of 22 over here. So it's about 1 standard deviation away from the mean.